they're great in singles, but they're not necessarily the greatest team characters. Because like what Bayonetta does need a lot of the time is time to set up, to actually be able to do a lot of the stuff that makes her super strong in singles. But the fact of the matter is you have good edge guarding, you have long range attacks, you can support your opponent, sort of tank, things like that. Bayonetta's solid. And yeah, indeed, we are getting right into it.
I feel like most doubles are splitting into 2 1v1s, which is smart, especially for the beginning, because you gotta build your damage and find like your positioning. They're all grouping together. That's another part.
Yeah, the thing is here, it seems like it's a matter of a lot of the time when you separate into these 1v1s, you're able to sort of pick out, okay, who's stronger against who, what character is stronger against which, who is stronger against who. Right now, due to the current matchups on screen, there's nothing currently polarizing enough where you want to switch immediately character-wise, but playstyle-wise, it may be another thing entirely.
Yeah. Also, I think they split it up for 2 1v1s just so that you could like read or download your opponent. Not necessarily download, but figure more stuff out. Like, sorry.
No, you're good.
Because as like the set moves on, you have to focus more on the little things and habits. A lot of the doubles is about awareness, like even things about like obviously their habits, reading them, looking at their percent, knowing what combos to do. It's a lot to pay attention to, but I have no doubt in my mind that these top players are pretty capable of those.
Yeah, and actually your comment on awareness, I sort of want to bring it back to something that I noticed earlier, which was when Pink just did a forward smash and he hit both his teammate and I believe ZD. And the thing about that is sort of another question about awareness, right? Because it's like, how fortunate is it that your forward smash comes out and you only kill the person you're intending to, even though you hit your teammate? And it might just be a case of, all right, this isn't going to kill my teammate, so I'm going to throw it out here. And that's one of those things where it's sort of difficult to tell in doubles, because it's like, wow, this could just be a stroke of absolute genius that I'm just not aware of. Or, yeah, exactly, or luck.
I mean, I think, I don't know, you can't really tell every specific case, but a lot of times it's a combination of both.
All right.
I see they're favoring Diddy for, I like that, with Angel Drop down there. But yeah, you don't see ZD approaching Bayo, Dexter, not Dexter, wow, Pink Fresh much, just because I guess that matchup, Fox, Bayo, isn't really fun.
Right. Well, he also has Seagull, who has it right then. So one interesting thing I did notice is basically ZD is sort of using his speed to maintain pressure on both sides of the stage. So what happens is when Seagull happens to have Pink on ledge, ZD was sort of dashing between
like the edge and then
right between both sides, sort of like, okay, I'm going to keep this person on edge, but I'm also going to be right there to support my teammate.
That was not a favorable trade for Pink Fresh.
Not at all.
No, he back aired both, but like when he killed his teammate.
This is one of the more doable 2v1 situations thus far. Absolutely just 7% on Pink.
Yeah.
And he's currently managing to be pretty evasive as is.
Yeah, also there's the awkward time where like one character has 2 stocks, the other one has 1. So if you kill one, they still have to wait to spawn.
Right.
So you could just 1v1 as opposed to like, let's say they both died, like they both have 2 stocks. They can kind of afford to play with the 1v1 just because they have more like neutral kind of.
All right,
I like the decision to keep the stock, but I also don't. But like, I like the decision because like, just because like Diddy's pretty solid against Bayo, and like he has high percent, you don't want to send in the Fox. That could also get bodied really easily, not easily, really quickly.
And here we go. So 1v1, Seagull versus Pink. Very used to seeing this. May even see it tonight, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, good. Managed to catch the necessary landing.
Ooh, I like this string.
Yeah, that's a really good juggle, basically. Just all of the... Ooh!
Actually, this is why I didn't like it. I called it. I called it. But I mean, both of them have pretty. I feel like someone's gonna switch. I'm not sure entirely, but I just a gut feeling.
Possibly, but now if you start considering it in terms of like singles matchups and everything like that, then Sonic doesn't necessarily do well against
Oh, I was
Bandit.
talking about like ZD.
Oh yeah, and I'm saying so ZD with his, well, maybe Luigi. Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense.
I should have. Oh.
All right.
I like how ZD's keeping them both Pink Fresh and Dexter in the corner, but it's not really applicable anymore. Well, it's like they're sandwiching them.
Right. It's one of the more fascinating things, I think, to watch about doubles, where it's like, how do you sort of switch between that 2v1 pressure and that 1v1 pressure?
Yeah. And then the target switching in general. Like, sometimes you gotta know when to let off and just go to the other side and help your teammate recover, which I like let's say I'm teaming or something, you always gotta have good communication. But yeah, like
crispy forward smash from the ledge.
Nice long ring hitbox with that forward smash. All these power shields. Well, I like that, but I mean, there wasn't only so much you could do. He back aired him when Seagull back aired Dexter when he was charging off smash out of which time? What was that? Oh, wow.
Alright. Currently pretty even, all things considered. The Nair coming out in Fox's fast faller status, just saving, plus the Nair's low landing lag, just saving him there, able to get up a shield in time.
Yeah. It's always like, when you're not quite sure, but you just hold that shield just in case. Then you get the right guess. Or it's not a guess, probably. I like that cross-up back air from Foxy, from ZD. He didn't get too much of a punished against it.
So I like that situation just there, actually. One of those things where I had mentioned previously that Bayonetta.
Seagull versus Dexter.
Well, actually, it was sort of a 2v1 situation. Basically, how Bayonetta does need a little bit of time to sort of set up her own ladder combos by herself. So what happened was, after Pink had done a witch twist out of shield onto Seagull, then ZD was able to just pop up and be like, all right, well, now I'm just going to punish you for doing witch twist. And Fox is fast enough to do that and mobile enough in the air to punish that witch twist coming out. It had something like 19 frames of end lag, something like that after the initial hit. Because the initial hit's like frame 4, and it lasts until frame 25 or something like that. So
is that banana 21? F smash from Pink Fresh? Or just a raw F smash? I couldn't really see it happen so fast. Oh, he's gonna go for the fair shake. Oh, what? Did he SDI behind him? Did he end up not dying from going too far out? I don't necessarily like that banana pull. It helps stall him, yeah. But I feel like you don't want to risk giving the opponent a banana, especially when you're in disadvantage like that.
Yeah, well, the banana is sort of like a 50-50 situation, right? Because what happens is, once your opponent has a banana, then they lose access to pretty much all of their options that aren't throwing the banana, unless they have really, really, really good specials. And Bayonetta tends to have those really, really good specials, but it's like, okay, now she's in the air or something like that. It's like, now she can't nair you or anything like that. And a lot of their best buttons sort of get locked up once they have that banana, which is why it's become sort of more of a common thing to just throw away an item if you can't use it immediately, or unless you're Salem or someone like that and you can just crazy item play.
Yeah.
So. But thus far we have Dexter and Pink up 2-0. the second game ending slightly more in the favor of the blue team than the previous game. Instead of coming down to a 1v1 situation, came down to a 2v1. And that was actually important considering Dexter's reaction to the missed tech. But at this point, it seems like Seagull's sort of ending up by himself at the end. And that's, of course, has absolutely nothing to do with ZD's contribution or anything like that, because ZD is absolutely doing amazing at recognizing a lot of these 2v1 situations and punishing, but at the same time, it's like he is just Fox.
Yeah.
And Fox sometimes just dies.
Yeah, especially like that invulnerable recovery, which is a bit linear, which his recovery reaches a lot pretty fast, but it's also really easily interceptable. But now that you have a partner in teams who can kind of help relieve him from getting edge guarded a bit, but I mean, there's still counters to everything. That's why I love Smash. It's a lot about a mental game.
Ooh, Dexter went deep for that.
I like that.
Dexter, I always say Dexter is so good on like either of the ends of the stage. Whether he's ledge trapping or edge guarding, it's like that is his domain. And it's sort of perfect that he's sort of matching up here with a player like Pink Fresh, who's extremely dominant in neutral. And I'm not really sure how that matches together in doubles, but it's like that's super cool as a concept.
Yeah, as long as you can synergize with your partner and they understand their role, like, there's so many roles in this game that can be switched just because the character pool is so vast. Now, like, you really got to experiment with your teammate in doubles just to find that perfect synergy, that perfect strategy.
Yeah.
And, like, I do like how Dexter knows, like, okay, I'm good at wedge trapping, I'm good at edge guarding. I'm going to do this while you hold down the center stage.
All right, good dip there from Pink. Decided to drop off to avoid the impending forward smash.
I like that when they sandwich both, and then like when they're comboing both characters, and then they're still keeping them in disadvantage. Like, well done by Pink Fresh and Dexter. A nice up smash to catch his landing.
All right, right back at even stocks. Okay, so my favorite thing thus far is the fact that whenever Pink gets Witch Time, he doesn't feel the need to capitalize on it himself. Because what happens is that immediately puts him in an automatic 2v1 situation. Now he can handle the other opponent, and he knows that either he can team up against the person who's not in Witch Time, or, on the other hand, it's like now you can just both punish that one person. You can have your teammate punish that person, etc.
Oh, wow, he just gave up. Which makes sense. They have a long road ahead of them because they have to do another set.
Yeah.
Like,
this is actually getting progressively more dominant. Started from one character.
Wait, was that the first game? Oh,
there you go. Now, there's your Luigi switch. But yeah, basically it's like the first game it was just Pink versus Seagull. The second game it's like, okay, Dexter and Pink, but they both have one stock. Then
no, it's
the
Dexter,
third game
Pink versus Seagull, and then at some point versus ZD. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. Okay.
Well, okay, so some people are like, okay, he should have tried at least, etc. But the fact of the matter is, in doubles, especially depending on your teammate, it's like it might be better, depending on how much of an uphill battle it's going to be, to just actually give up sometimes.
Yeah,
because it's like,
I mean,
as Mr. Handy was saying here, it's like you have a long road ahead of you.
You don't want to give up the secrets, or like you don't want, like you're already getting red. If you like, you have to outplay him so much as opposed to like the easy way out, I guess. Because like the odds aren't in your favor of bringing back a 2v1 in general, especially when they had like I think 2 stocks, 3 stocks.
Yeah, they had three stocks.
4,
yep.
Yeah.
And neither of them were at super high percentages.
Yeah, it's hard. Also, like, the mentality of players is something you have to think about. It's not just like, oh, keep trying. It's like, this game can be mentally taxing at a point. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses, but like, oh, yeah, I like that. The roll back throw.
Good stuff to ZD, just running across punishment.
Ooh,
And then, like,
now he has banana. That's actually really, Luigi with banana is actually really good because he can get a grab and great combos off that, or if they're at high percent, grab by toss up B.
Right, but then on the other hand, Luigi also still doesn't necessarily have the best specials. He has Tornado, but that's more of an advantage tool than something you want to throw out in neutral, especially because it's going to be telegraphed if that's what you do when you have banana.
But you can camp with Fireball a bit with the banana. I mean, that's more singles, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, with the I thought VD has somewhat of a match.
Oh, a lot of things happening right now. Still retaining even stocks and relatively even percents.
Oh, he pulled the banana right as I think Bayonetta fared him, and it didn't hit him because the banana protects him. Oh, it's lagging a bit.
Ooh, wasn't able to get that follow-up.
Yeah, he killed his teammate.
But then on the other hand, so I guess he didn't need that follow-up.
That's the problem with Luigi. Sometimes your edge or wedge habits can be a bit predictable, like double jump fireball or double jump aerial. A sword you can just F smash, and then you're off stage or just dead.
Yeah, one thing to remember is that Luigi has the second lowest airspeed in the game.
Yeah, only DDD's better. Or he's only...
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. This is actually solidly doable, depending, but Pink and Dexter are playing it perfectly.
Yeah,
Dexter taking point, being the zoner, which is one of Luigi's biggest weaknesses, and then Pink just sort of standing back up, like, okay, I'm not going to put myself at risk.
Yeah.
Dex isn't putting himself at risk because he has, again, the zoning. So now we're just going to toss you back and forth.
Yeah, Dexter is so good at being patient, and like Luigi on the ledge is just a very hard spot and disadvantage to get out of. Okay, I guess.